Welcome to the Hungaroring for this weekend's Hungarian Grand Prix. But before we start to worry about race day, let's focus on today's practice, which is about to begin. Well, we're starting to get to the business end of the season now as we're just past the halfway stage. We now know which teams have the best performance and which teams are playing catch-up.
What a season it's been for Lewis Hamilton so far. He and his Mercedes have looked really dominant at times, and he'll firmly believe he can go on and secure another World Championship from here.
One of the big talking points in the paddock ahead of today's race is the rumours that Mclaren are talking to Valtteri Bottas about a race seat for next season. Can you see that happening? Would the Finn want to leave Williams to go and race with the Woking team?
In F1 you never know, but Valtteri is definitely one of the rising stars in the sport. Of course his manager will be looking for a drive that gives him the best shot at winning his first world title, but with current form, who's to say McLaren can offer him that chance ahead of Williams?
What is going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to my F1 2015 career mode. We're back with part number 10 today for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and we are officially over halfway through this career mode series, which sounds pretty insane, but when you think about it, I've just been enjoying it so much. You guys have been loving it so much. So once again, like I've said in previous episodes, just thank you so much for the continued support. We uploaded 2 episodes yesterday to cure your Monday blues. So if you haven't seen those yet, pause the video now, go check it out. Part number 8 and 9, the Austrian Grand Prix and the British one, on my channel page right now. A double upload yesterday on Monday, as you guys absolutely smashed the 2,000 like target I set you guys for the Canadian Grand Prix. Absolutely crazy. So anyway, we're back here for Hungary, and I'm just going through the setup because a lot of you were tweeting me actually that you wanted to see my actual setups in the video. So I'm actually thinking, let me know in the comments if you want this, that after this season's complete, I just do one big video where I show you all my career mode setups. And there won't be setups for outright speed, you won't be setting probably any blistering lap times in time trial, but at least they'll be helping you out in qualifying and the race for career modes. And at least for me, they help me try to challenge the Legend AI at quite a good level in a Ferrari versus the Mercedes. Obviously, we've had 2 wins so far in the season, so the setups have been working pretty well for a Ferrari car versus the Mercedes. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, let's get back to the action in practice. So Hungary, a bit of a tricky circuit, you know. They've changed quite a lot this year for this year's game, so I had to get used to it quite a bit more than I thought I would in practice. I thought I could maybe just do a few laps and get away with it, but I ended up doing quite a few laps in the actual practice session itself because the circuit's changed quite a lot in terms of all the curbs and all the exit curbs have sort of been kind of differently, how do you call it, like digitalized, and they're all a bit more 3D like, so it's a little bit harder to know if you can ride a curb on the exit or the entry to the corner. So I had to sort of feel out what curbs I could go on, what curbs I could really kind of aggressively attack, and which ones I had to stay off of, especially the one after the DRS point after the first turn. Definitely stay out of that one on the left hand side. But yeah, just a solid practice session, just getting to know the circuit a little bit more. I felt pretty confident once more on the back of those last 2 episodes at Austria and Britain. So you know what, without further ado, let's get straight into the qualifying.
Good afternoon, race fans, and here we are again for qualifying at the Hungaroring. Who will have tuned the perfect setup for their car? We'll find out soon. I've got a feeling that Lewis Hamilton might dominate this weekend, especially considering his incredible track record round here.
He really loves this track, doesn't he? He's a 4-time winner here, so if he can get on the front row of the grid, I think he has a wonderful chance to make it 5.
So here we are for the qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and we're going to strap on those yellow wall soft tyres, the option tyres, and we'll see what we can do. In practice, the prime tyres, again like Silverstone almost, and Malaysia really, the prime tyres felt a very kind of, there's a big lack of grip compared to the options I feel. So I think this will be a quite nice qualifying session going to these grippier option tyres through to the first corner, going very aggressively on the curbs there, kind of missing the one on the left as I just said in practice, because when you open DRS, if you hit that curb on the left on the just sort of wrong angle, it would completely spin you around. So just a little tip there if you are going to Hungary soon in your career mode. So we're coming through to the last corner now. What is this lap going to be? Obviously it's the first lap of the session, so it is going to go purple at the moment. That seems like a pretty competitive lap time, so hopefully we'll go on to the rest of the session and see how that is going down to Limix at the end of the lap. So now we cut later on onto our second flying lap. It's towards the end of the session. As you can see now, we're down in P2, so Rosberg has gone faster. He is on provisional pole. Hamilton is in 3rd, myself in 2nd. I believe Kimi Raikkonen is in 4th. Now through that first corner, we locked up and kind of the rear stepped out a little bit on the exit there. So that might have compromised us in that first sector. We're coming through now to the last corner of this second fly lap. What is this going to be? Are we going to improve? Could we get pole position here at the Hungarian Grand Prix? No! No, it is going to be 2nd place. We actually went slower, so it's going to be 2nd place here in Hungary.
Fantastic qualifying result from Nico Rosberg, and a performance which should see him targeting now a race win tomorrow.
When a driver puts together a lap like that, you have to say their confidence is going to be very high going into the race tomorrow.
Welcome to the Hungaroring here in Hungary, a track that opened back in 1986 and has witnessed some very memorable races. Let's hope we're here to see another classic today. After yesterday's qualifying session, it's Nico Rosberg who's put himself in the driving seat for the race, securing pole position with a thumping lap when it mattered.
It's certainly better for a driver to be out in front, as they're able to drive without having to contend with the dirty air and overheating caused by being sat behind another car.
Well, it wasn't a good race for Nico Rosberg last time out. It was his worst finish of the season, so he'll be looking to bounce back with a much better showing today.
Nico was talking in the press conference earlier in the week about not dwelling on poor performances. He needs to forget about the last race and concentrate on having a good result today.
It is go time for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Here we are in second place next to Nico Rosberg on the front row. What can we do today? Half a season has gone. What will the second half of the season bring? We got to 5 red lights, 4, now 5, and we wait for them to go out, and we are off. We've got a terrible start. Rosberg shot off into the distance. Hamilton passes as well. It looks like Valtteri Bottas are now shooting off like a bullet. Our teammates also going to come side by side with us. We try to go wheel to wheel. Oh God, no! Jesus Christ, we've had a huge impact, and we are down. I think we've got a puncher. We've lost our front wing. We've got a puncher on the rear right, looks like, and we're down to 10th. There will be more by the time we crawl round to the back to the pits. Going to have to get a tyre change, front wing change, just all the different changes, and that was a hefty impact. Biggest crash I've had on the game so far. We're going to have to look at a replay of that. So we're off here for the race start, and you can see there we get bogged down. Kimi Räikkönen making some very audacious moves right on the right hand side of the track, and there we go. We get tagged and we go spinning into the wall, and then we take out a Mercedes. I think that's Lewis Hamilton that we managed to collect on our way out of the wall there. So we're looking at a replay from Kimi Räikkönen's perspective. You can see now we're on board with Ricciardo, and he's coming through, and I think, oh my God, I think that's where the contact was, and then we come out of nowhere, and Massa gets spun. Wow, what an impact. That is the biggest crash I've seen on this game yet, at least for me recording it. So here we're on board with Ricciardo again on the front wing cam, and we look here just there. As we pause the video, there is the contact. Looks like his end plate of his front wing gives me a puncher, and I steamroll into the barrier on the right hand side, and then I kind of spin out of it and then collect Hamilton, I guess. So we're looking at Bottas's POV, and you can see in the right hand mirror, you can see my car just darts to the right hand side of the track and comes across. Oh Jesus, that is that's an RKO out of nowhere there if I haven't seen one in this game. So now we're on board with Massa, and obviously he gets collected with us, so we're going to see here from his POV, and yep, there you go. He couldn't do anything, and he gets tagged by his teammate afterwards and spins. So what a hefty impact there. Once more, looking at from our POV, we smash into a barrier, and then we RKO Hamilton. Very hefty impact. And finally from Hamilton's POV, yep, he doesn't even see me. He doesn't even fathom that we're going to come and take him out there. So we are on the end of lap 1. We finally trundled back to the pits, but my word, what a start to this Grand Prix. The most hectic Grand Prix start I've ever witnessed on this game so far. So we're in 16th place at the moment. On to lap 2. We come into the pit stops, and it's going to be a long Grand Prix ahead of us, lads. It is going to be a long Grand Prix ahead. So what is this going to be? The team working hard. Look how slow that is. Oh my God, this is such a slow pit stop. Come on, boys. All right, that's well, that's a standard pit stop, really, with a puncher change, which will take some time, then a front wing change, so I can't really ask for too much more, but we're in 16th place at the moment. Lewis Hamilton in 17th, and Felipe Massa, I'm guessing, in 18th place. So now we've got to lap 4 now. We've been going on these prime tyres for 3 laps. That's nothing. We're on the prime tyres. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to go for 2 sets of prime tyres instead. It was option prime, but I'm going for option prime now. I'm going to take these prime tyres a long way, all the way to around lap 20, and then go for another set of prime tyres. Basically, we're just splitting. We've done 1 lap on those options. We've got 34 laps left, so we're sort of splitting the 34 laps sort of evenly, but we have to remember that we'll be on lower fuel for the last tyre set, so we want to be faster on that tyre set. We're on to lap 5 now, towards the end on the last corner. You can see Hamilton is closing up on me. He's in the mirror. See, the proximity arrow is right there. Hamilton going for it. Looks like instead of going with the way I'm going, which is conserving the tyres, he's just going for it. I believe he set another option tyre on, so Hamilton going for option prime, and then he has to pit again. surely. So he's going for a 3-stop, Hamilton is. He's just pushing really hard, and I was considering doing the same sort of thing, but I just didn't know if I had the pace in the Ferrari. Obviously the Mercedes will have the pace, so they could probably afford to make Hamilton go a 3-stop and just push all the entire time, but I thought, you know what, I don't think we're going to have the pace, so we're going to do what Ferrari has maybe been good for this season in real life and just save the tyres. As you can probably hear, I'm going very kind of slowly on the revs, just kind of changing up a little bit earlier, just being generally, just trying to stay off the curbs as much as I can, just being very cautious through these laps, just trying to save as much tyre wear as we can really. On lap 7, we're on lap 11 right now, in 17th place still. Hamilton is bolting off a little bit, but as you can see now, people are in the pits, so let's see how many people are going to overtake. This will maybe probably determine where we finish in the Grand Prix, how many people we are going to be overtaking through this little stretch. So we come through the last corner now, onto lap 12, and now here's the big question. How many people are going to be overtaking here? Because we may well end up just where we finish when we come out on the end of this straight. So it looks like it's 7th place at the moment. We overtake Maldonado just there at the end, locking up a little bit into the first corner, but it's up to 7th place. Hamilton in 6th. So there might be a good chance that we finish in 7th place by the end of this race, because I really don't see how we're going to be trying to overtake some of these guys, because, well, for one part, we're not even on the same part of the circuit, because every time, you know, we're so out of sync. I pit and they don't pit. So basically we're on opposite sides of the circuit, really. So really I'm just kind of banging in lap times and trying to drive to a delta to try and do well. So on to lap 13 now, and we're in P6 at the moment. So Hamilton is pit now, you can see there. So he's pit, I'm assuming, for his prime tyre set, and he's going to have to pit again for probably another set of option tyres, I'm guessing, because he can't take them from lap 13 to lap 35. If he does, that'll be a miracle. But speaking of pit stops, we come in on lap 18, go a little bit wide there to the entry, but we're making our pit stop now for our final set, our prime tyres. We've taken them quite far, lap 18, didn't take them quite to lap 20 I wanted, but I guess it's more of a balanced way to spread the load over these 2 prime tyres. So now onto a second set of prime tyres, and we'll go to the end to lap 35. Now, I think I'll push a little bit more on this set towards the beginning, because we'll be on lower fuel, but then I'll try and back off, and hopefully the tyre wear won't be too bad, or at least the grip won't be too bad, because we'll have lower fuel at the end, even though our tyres may be more worn, because we're going to be pushing a little bit on the beginning of this stint. So Massa are currently behind us in 18th. I'm second last in 17th. That's just what you want, isn't it? So Ericsson up ahead in 16th place. Let's try and catch him. Looks like I can see him on the minimap, and we do close up on him on lap 20 eventually. So let's see if we can try and make this an easy move and just try and get past him and quickly push on to the next car, which I'm not too sure who the next car is, but we'll see once we try and overtake Ericsson. So can we make a move around the outside? Ericsson looks like he's going to make it a tough time for us. We go on the inside. Surely this is going to stick. No! He goes side by side as he comes back at us. What on earth is Ericsson doing? Wow, he's putting up a fight for 16th place here. Going down the inside again. He gets us on the exit. Marcus Ericsson not giving up at all right now on lap 20 for 16th place. Props to him. He's fighting really hard for 16th, but my word, I was tearing my hair out at the time of recording this. Just wanted to try and overtake me. He tried to go around the outside. Look at this. He is matching me for speed, and he overtakes me again, and he's beating me on the straights. Just what is going on? I've got DRS, and he's still beating me. That's the low drag setup he must have on. We go right around the outside, finally into turn 1. Can we make it stick? Yes, we do, finally. Track extend a little bit to make sure, but no, he comes back! Are you kidding me? Ericsson comes back at me. I go down the inside. Come on, we have to finish it here. We go wide. We make sure he doesn't overtake us, and finally, we've got him for 16th. Oh my god, I've never fought so hard for 16th fucking place. 16th. Wow. Wow. Props to Ericsson, props to AI, but my word, I was so annoyed at the time of how much he held me up there for nearly an entire half a lap there. So now on lap 23, we're overtaking some cars who have come out of the pits, and can we overtake this last person, Kvyat, and we get up into 6th place. So Kvyat has fallen behind. Looks like he's had terrible pace because we jumped him there, and we were certainly going slower than him on the prime tyres. So we're up to 6th place on lap 23, so not too bad of a job. Hamilton's surely going to pit as well, so we could be up to 5th place, and so we'll see. On to lap 33, Hamilton has pit. We're up into 5th, but as you can see, Hamilton right there, 2 laps to go. I think Hamilton might have us here. He's going to have too much pace on those option tyres. Here he goes with DRS. I don't have anything to defend with, and he goes right past us on the right-hand side, so he's up into 5th, and I'm down to 6th, so yeah. Lap 34, 6th place. I think that's where we'll be finishing, really. I mean, you can tell in my voice, I'm a little bit disappointed. That was not the Grand Prix I wanted, albeit very exciting at the beginning. but we come home in 6th place. I would have liked to do better. Massa there, trying to unlap himself, not having none of it, son. But we come home in 6th place. Not too bad considering the crazy crash we had at the start, but I would have liked to have done better. Maybe the 3-stop would have been better for us, but you know what? You can say anything in retrospective, so I'm just gonna accept that 6th place.
Top drive from Nico Rosberg today. The German finished on the top step of the podium with a comprehensive performance.
It was a fantastic performance and one that they should be very proud of. Every part of the team pulled together to achieve today's result.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time.
So there we have it, guys. That is the end of the Hungarian Grand Prix. What a hectic start of the race. What a mad one. If you did enjoy that, then smash that like button. Comment below on what you thought. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for daily Formula 1 content. You guys have been absolutely showing so much love to this career mode. I can't thank you guys enough, and long may it continue. But here we look at the standings now. We're still in 3rd. Hamilton is now leading the championship. Rosberg in 2nd place. Kimi Raikkonen's been overtaken by Bottas there. And in the constructors, we're 2nd place. But once more, if you did enjoy that Hungarian Grand Prix, what a hectic start. What a crazy crash. Biggest crash I've seen in this game so far. Then smash that like button. Comment below, again, what you thought. If you're around here, then do subscribe for daily F1. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time.